Hello, welcome back, or welcome to, as usual. It's Friday the 3rd of March, and this is another end of day analysis. And I had no trades today. For me on EU, pretty much it was a day of nothing. Boring price action with a lot of, for my strategy, false moves on the 5 minute. So exercised a lot of patience today, and I'm glad I said I would, and I reinforced that today. So, good evening, everyone. Let's start with EU on the daily. As you can see, this bearish pressure that was present yesterday didn't happen today. Today didn't move very far, but we're closing out bullish in the next hour in comparison to the previous day, that is. No major liquidity sweep such as the previous daily low or previous daily high was swept. As I said, there wasn't loads of movement. Let's go down into a bit more intraday, have a closer look. So where we're at now is this 4-hour imbalance I identified, and we seem to have, had a reaction from the discount of this leg, right? So what I've noted up here is possible weak high. If this low is to be respected, this 4-hour order block or 1-hour order block as well is to be respected after we came down bearish from this daily area, this daily imbalance, then that would mean this is a weak high, and it would look like EU is going to continue bullish, right? So that's where I'm at. As far as a question mark, it's not confirmed, but it's where we are, and we'll see how that goes. I'll go down to the 1-hour. So on the 1-hour, let me go through today's price action a bit more. Of course, now we're in this 4-hour imbalance, but that's because it's moved probably more in the evening than it did actually during my trading hours. So we came up from this 1-hour order block from yesterday, and we moved up quite correctively in a sense. You'll see it more on the lower time frames. This 1-hour order block was just holding it all day. Look, hour after hour, it's like inside bars, and it was just bullish engulfings, bearish engulfings, just massive candles going sideways, doing absolutely nothing, false breakouts and whatnot. You'll see it more on the lower time frames. I was hoping for shorts, but once liquidity was swept, or obvious signs of longs when Asia lows were swept, but none of that really happened. There was a lot of 5-minute breaks of structures that I just wasn't trusting. Not today anyway. So let's go down to the 15-minute, get a bit more into the intradays. So as you can see, overnight, well, end of the session into the changeover, it was, slowly creeping up, and then Asia again, created its range, created its high. Frankfurt came in, we left a relative equal high, which I definitely didn't trust. Because here again, I could have used this as a 15-minute break of structure, but no, I wasn't going to today, not with the way that looked. It's left that relative equal high, and obviously with equal highs, this liquidity is not something that we trust, not something I would enter on. I'm not going to enter on a POI here when there's Asia highs and an equal high right next to it. So when it came up corrected, that's not what I was looking to do. So as you can see, it's gone and taken that high, and this is where I would think, okay, we could have better opportunities for sales, and the 5 minutes had its breaks of structures and stuff, but it always came back and violated the obs that I had identified. So I didn't get involved in anything today, especially if Asia low swept and the way it came back up. I wasn't trying to sell from here. It may have eventually sold off, but yeah, it was nothing high probability for me. So yeah, as you can see, we was held by this 1-hour POI all day until New York, and at this point, around 9 and then 10, you can see here this wick down. That was when there was news, and that took, you know, sell side liquidity, and it's eventually crept up during this evening. That is at the 4-hour imbalance where you can see it now. So if this is to be the turning point, we'll see how price is going to hold up here at this 4-hour imbalance. Right now it's obviously closing out, like it's rejecting it, and we'll see what goes on. There's, you know, another little imbalance here, and we'll just keep an eye on these points, whether this is going to be a weak high or a weak low, right? If this low fails to break this high, then we may eventually come back down. Yeah, we built up a lot of liquidity that I thought was going to get taken from this POI here. That's just how things were looking. DXY today also wasn't very clear to me. It looked like it could go down rather than up, so I wasn't very confident in shorting EU when DXY was looking like, you know, it had all of this sell side liquidity that, and no POIs. It's like the POIs all the way down here, the really good one anyway. So going long, thinking it's going to go long from here. Obviously it's not an 100% science, but the two pairs are correlated very closely, so they're exactly inverse. So yeah, EU was at POIs and it looked like it was going down, but this also looked like it was going down, which meant EU was just going to go up. So yeah, I stayed out. I was waiting for good 15-minute confirmations, and I wasn't getting those through London. This closed out just barely and it looked like a sweep, and because it took Asia lows, I wasn't interested in trying to short from here because that was a good liquidity sweep there. So it came back up and just dripped down and then ended up, you know, violating the high here. So yeah, nothing for me. And because it was Friday, New York and the news, and New York's a bit quiet on a Friday evening because, you know, London traders are gone. So that's how my day ending. I just did my ASR for February instead. So I'll have an analysis video out on Sunday, as I always do, and probably take a look at it again there. I don't have, like I said, I don't have anything more to add at the moment, apart from, you know, we've got this 4-hour imbalance. Let's see how we respect it, and if any structure starts to break down or break through it, and then we'll look out for the next POIs, right? Or if there's any buy signals or sell signals. So that's where I am at the moment. So we'll keep that in mind, and I'll be back on Sunday with more on DXY and EU. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks.